will be harvesting my crops. Imagine where you will be, and it will be so. Hold the line. Stay with me. If you find yourself alone, riding in green fields with the sun on your face, do not be troubled, for you are in Elysium, and you're already dead. Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.
What's up, everybody? We did it. I can't believe it. We hit 150 million HEX, contributed to the Maximus Treasury. This is a huge accomplishment. I didn't think we could do it. Like, when we were launching this, I was like, okay, maybe we'll get, a couple tens of millions of HEX, but with still just under a week left in the minting phase, we hit the soft goal of 150 million. That's big time. That's truly amazing, because not only are we maxing out our longer pays better bonus, and we're maxing out the gas fee savings per user because we have like 2,700 people in Maximus now. We're now maxing out that bigger pays better bonus. So this is a huge achievement. And Naim said we're just getting started. That's right. This is literally just the beginning. Like it really starts once the minting phase is done. So I'm really proud of all of us. Just incredible to see. We have $20 million worth of HEX, just over 150 million HEX, and we're getting just about 2,200 T-shares, 22,000 T-shares. So there's about 10 million total T-shares. So that puts us at right around 0.2% of all T-shares. And since our T-shares are, once the stake starts, those T-shares will be the longest lasting T-shares of everyone, because a lot of the T-shares that we're competing with right now will be ending over time. We're going to start at 0.2% of the total HEX T-share supply, but over time, we're just going to be growing, provided that the share rate ratchets up faster than the restaking rate. So this is big. We're currently on HEX day 873. The last date of mint is HEX day 879. And so that means that the stake is going to start on HEX day 880. So let's take a look at let's try to look at the, let's see. How do we find our, so let's just go home. We'll get our contract address. Wow, look at that. $20 million. Oh, someone sent Maxi to the contract. Wrecked. That's not going anywhere. This Maxi is there forever. It cannot be redeemed. The only coins that are redeemable are HEX and Hedron. And so any coin sent there cannot be ever redeemed. So while the total Maxi supply is what, 152 million, 4,000 of those Maxi are never going to be sold and never going to be redeemed. And so that's just like effectively burnt HEX. So this 4,189 Maxi worth of HEX, it's like it was just given to all HEX holders, because that HEX that's in there is never coming out. Oh, wrecked. Let's see what the total supply of Maxi is, and we'll see what. Okay, so 152,003 versus 152,001. So still about 2,000 HEX was just sent to the Maxi contract address. We tried to warn you on the site with all these warnings: do not just send funds to the contract address. But looks like 2,000 HEX were sent to there. So that extra 2,000 HEX is just going to be split up across all the Maxi holders. And so that's pretty good. It's just awesome to see all these pledge hexes coming in. We're looking at 15,600, 5,000, 45,000. See, these are right in the sweet spot, because these are stake amounts where, had you been staking on your own, you're going to be giving up like a year of interest just on the gas fees. And so a year of interest on these smaller stakes, that's a big deal. And so this class of user, I expect to see massive benefit from just like the gas fee savings aspect. And something else that's pretty interesting to see is that when you look at the top token holders, which I think is in a truly incredible chart. First, what you see is that our number one holder is the Uniswap pool. That is huge. That is amazing, because the main value proposition of Maximus is the liquidity aspect. And so because that's our number one value proposition, it's incredible that the number one holder is our liquidity pool. So, that does mean that there's 6 million Maxi for sale. But here, let's take a look to see how much. Let's see. Let's take a look to see how much HEX is in that pool. Okay, so there's 6.2 million Maxi and then 3.3 million HEX. So not only is there 152 million HEX in our economy, there's an additional 3.38 million HEX of buy support. So that brings our total economy size to about 155 million HEX. And that's just awesome. $500,000 of liquidity. That's perfect. That's a sweet spot right there. So really pleased to see that that our number one holder is our liquidity pool. Then followed by, wow, look at that flex, 555369. That's a legendary Maxi pledge. There you go. OX73FC, you're a legend. But here's the other thing that I think is totally awesome. Just look at how amazing this distribution is. Like, this is truly like a grassroots, community-owned, product, because this is the sum of all the other accounts. like there's no one person that can just nuke the maxi price, like truly. And even if you did nuke the maxi price, you're really just nuking yourself, because you're literally just giving discounted hex to other people. So, that's a really strong part of maxi, is that it has this like very vast token distribution. Some coins like Hex, it really benefits from centralized supply. Like in things like Hex, you want the largest guy to hold the most of it and never be able to sell. But in coins like Maximus, which are, like these asset-backed coins, having really strong distribution, really strong supply distribution is a massive benefit. And this is awesome. I'm super proud of every single one of these people, all 2,773 of you guys. You guys are Maximus founders. Like this is our team, and we're quite the force, and I'm really proud to be experiencing this with you all. Let's take a look at let's do some moon math here. So with our current at this current stake value, what do we think the average daily payout per T-share is going to be? Let's just do some little math. Okay, so the baseline growth is going to be 3.69% per year. So if we do 3.69 times, or so 1.0369 times 6. So 6 times 1.369. So after 1 year, just the baseline, because of inflation, it's going to be about 6.22. Let's raise that to, let's see if we want to look at the average across the whole period. Let's just take what the baseline 3.69% growth is going to be at the halfway point. So after about 7 years. So that puts this growth at about 7.73. And so let's say that also we expect there to be an 80%, or say 90% replenishment rate. So that means that when existing stakes end, 90% of those T-shares are reclaimed, meaning that 90% of it is restaked. That's, so that's pretty high. So that means that, if we multiply that by 0.9, we have our estimated during the duration is going to be at 6.95. So let's just call it a 7. So let's just say the average daily payout across the whole time is 7. 7 hex per T-share. And then what do we think the hex price is going to be at the end? Let's say it's a modest, 50-cent hex, that people would probably be pretty upset with that performance, but let's just say 50%. And then let's also say that during this time, Hedron goes 10x. So just shave 0. So that would put the redemption rate of hex of Maxi at 6 hex and 4,000 Hedron. So at that price, that's a 3.36 compared to the 13-cent Maxi price right now. So even with modest growth in the daily payout per T-share and hex chart, and say, okay, let's just reduce that, and say Hedron is a wash, say it's just completely flat. Even then, you get 1 hex in, potentially 6 hex out, and the only gas you're paying is the mint and the redemption, which minting, people were saying they were able to get their mints in, their approval and their mint in for under $12. Compare that to a $90 Uniswap. And then on redemption, it's slightly more complicated than the minting. So let's say that that's $20, but say at the end, assuming gas is higher at the end, let's say redemption is $200. So if this is the value, so $200, so provided that you have at least what would that be? 10 or 100 maxi maybe that's not going to eat into you that much. Or let's put it this way: say the redemption gas is 3, even if it's like something shocking like $300. So long as you have 100 maxi, that will pay for your gas. So if the gas is high, who knows what gas is going to be? Could be lower, could be higher, who knows? But just like the gas fee savings are really going to be felt towards the end, when everybody who's solo staking is going to be paying an arm and a leg, maybe having to sell their house and their HEX stakes. Meanwhile, the Maxi team Maximus, because they staked as a team, are going to be paying almost nothing. And so that's massive. Let's go through the chat. Let's see what everyone has to say. Yeah, throw the memes up. Jackie Davis says, congratulations. Thank you, Jackie. Jeremy K, simply amazing. Yeah, truly. I'm shocked. Nardo for the win. Throw those flags up. Yeah, that's right. Maximus is like the renegades of HEX. Cheers, champ. Thank you. Cheers to you as well. Tonto Nomanai, can you speak on some of the awesome stuff that could be built on top of Maximus? Okay, I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna go through the chat and then we'll spend some time on this. That's a great question. So much saved, insane. Yeah, oh yeah. Doing this, it just makes so much sense. Doing it, staking as a team, clearly is better than staking solo. Like that's just incredible. Congratulations, everyone, says Golkey. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Golkey, for designing the awesome site, getting that UI down on the staking. That processed, $20 million of minting. Truly amazing. Let's go. That's what I said. Literally, that's me every time I refresh the site, and it's just and I'm like, let's go. HEX, Maxi Hedron. Maxi's good for pump rentals to HEX. Thanks to all whom participated. We're strong together. Yeah, that's right. That's a common thing across all life. Do things together and you're going to have better results. Congrats. Thank you so much, Sweaty Hexican. Anders says, congrats. Thank you, Anders. Blue, throwing up the flames. People were mad that I shared an article that estimated HEX at $1 in 2025. Who got mad at that? Why? They're bearish about it. They thought that was bearish. Jay Everything says, salute Hexicans. So let's go back to this topic. Gravy asks, can you speak on some awesome stuff that could be built on top of Maximus? So first, to make it all clear, do not expect shit from me. But anything I'm about to say right now, purely ideas. This is not a roadmap. This is not setting expectation that work is going to be done on your behalf. These are ideas that I have that I hope someone else does, because this is hard work. And I hope that other people do this, because truly anybody can. Like the whole design criteria of Maximus was to build it in a way where it's just like HEX, where it's extensible and you can build on top of it and build new features without compromising the core design and core architecture. And so the way that it's set up, anybody can build on top of Maximus. So this really, so this isn't like, what are you going to build? It's more of like, what could anybody build? And there's truly a lot. One cool idea that Goldkey had the other day was something, I think he called it the Diamond Hands game, where people could opt into a contract where you lock up your maxi, and it's kind of like a Russian roulette type game where you say that you're going to hold your maxi until the end. So everyone who is claiming that they're going to do that puts their maxi in a trustless smart contract, and it's just sitting there, removed from the market. And you can redeem if you want, like say you really need to sell your maxi that you previously thought you were going to lock up. You could redeem from there, but you're going to pay a penalty to all the people that remained in that diamond hand lockup. And so that's one really cool idea where maxi holders have the chance, if they're using maxi purely for as an alternative to just staking max length on their own, maxi holders could enter this external, separate contract with some portion of their maxi. And on that maxi, they could be earning at an even higher rate, because all the people that joined that Diamond Hands lockup contract, but then didn't fulfill their promise, they're paying a penalty to the people that did. And so that's one cool idea that I think is awesome, that could, one, provide Maxi holders even further gains on their HEX, and two, because they're going to, they could get more Maxi, provided if everyone who joined that stayed locked up, then there wouldn't be any added benefit. But all the coins that are locked up is not for sale. And so that could drive a pretty big premium too in the Maxi price. So that's one awesome idea that I think would be incredible. Another thing that, that could be like one, so the other, another important contract that's going to be part of this, I think, is the gas pool contract. So like we showed in that older, or in the video where I went through the contract, we saw that when the stake is ended, the contract saves which address ended the stake. And so someone could build a contract that allows people to just, as they go, just deposit Ethereum into that. And then where that contract is designed in a way that it reads from the Maximus contract, and it sees that whoever, and like where it allows whomever ends the Maximus stake can flush that wallet. And so if it builds up a bunch of Ethereum and Maxi, maybe that could be an incentive that where, we'll pay like the minimum, like where users, if they're worried that someone's not going to end the stake, they could just like pitch in and try to build up a pool so that incentivizes someone to ultimately end the stake and be able to claim that bonus. So that I think is going to be a pretty important part of Maxi. What else? I mean, because Maxi is just like a standard ERC20 coin, it could just operate within DeFi just as anything else does. And so I think I forgot what it's called, but someone's making some type of like Aave clone on Pulse Chain. They said that they're looking into Maxi as potentially something that you can use in their platform. So that would be incredible, is if there's an option for borrowing against your Maxi or lending out your Maxi. So that can help fulfill two things. One, borrowing against your Maxi could be a really strong value proposition, because it enables you to get cash, especially if it's a USD backed loan or a USD loan, like stablecoin. You could get cash on your Maxi without it being a taxable event. So that's one benefit. But two, being able to lend your Maxi to a shorter, people right now, there's really nowhere to short HEX. And so we don't, get the benefit of squeezing the haters. And so if there's now an option for people to, short HEX by shorting Maxi, because Maxi has like, every day it's earning more yield, and it has, other things that could help drive a premium, we could, bait in all these haters on Twitter who saying, how can I short HEX? Be like, okay, just go short some Maxi. And then we just, do that. And then we just fucking short squeeze them to death. And then like, maybe that's how we can, take money from the haters. So, that I think is another important aspect to this, is that because it's an ERC20, can plug into normal DeFi stuff. Borrowing and lending, I think, can be really, really important. Other stuff that I thought, another really popular category right now is these asset-backed stablecoins. So like USD pegged stablecoins. So like DAI, or like the thing that Luna people are doing, where they back a bunch of Bitcoin. Maybe someone makes a Maximus-backed USD stablecoin. That could be an awesome thing where, it's like Maxi on its own is a liquid, but also has like a strong yield component to it. And because it's an ERC20, it's just like a normal thing. And so, maybe a Maxi backed the stablecoin could be in the works too. What else? What other fun stuff could we build with Maxi? Truly, anything is possible. And anybody can, like the way that we built it, it truly is extensible, where if you want to build a new feature on top of Maxi, you absolutely can. It plugs into any smart contract just like anything else would. And so this is really flexible. And so even if we don't have all the ideas or even like a roadmap, people that are motivated enough to do it, they're in good position to do that just based on how Maxi's built. Let's look at the chat. Little HEX says, the Maxi token could reach unimaginable prices as they can claim a 15-year Maximus stake. People might want as much as possible by paying them at crazy prices. Yeah, I mean, especially if gas prices continue to increase, HEX becomes more scarce, and maybe there's other benefits to holding Maxi that no one's talked about yet because no one wants to set expectations of profit from the work of others. So there could be a whole lot of reasons to hold some Maximus, and if there's just not much for sale, then that could drive crazy premiums. But the higher that premium goes, then say like the premium is like 2 to 1, and maybe there's not enough sellers at that price, but once it jumps to 3 to 1, maybe that activates a whole new class of sellers, which helps kind of reduce the premium. So we'll always see a lot of that premium and like discount. Like I think people probably, everyone just assumes there's never going to be a discount just because like it seems like it's just like too good to be true. Like it's got the HEX growing at max, the max length rate plus the bigger pays better rate. So like this is going to be one of the top performing stakes post big payday. And then 2, the hedge that it's got, 3, the gas savings, 4, the liquidity provider opportunities. All those things are just like seem like real benefits to the price. But if there's motivated sellers who maybe HEX goes up a lot in price, and so even if like and that person's Maxi went up a lot, maybe that person is fine paying a massive or selling at a discount relative to the HEX because the USD value of their Maxi just went up by so much that they can tolerate that. So it seems on first thought it seems like it's always going to be in a screaming premium, but that you should always expect the worst. Even like you should never like go in rosy-eyed thinking that like the best thing ever is always going to happen. Like you should always just assume the worst and then set that as your baseline to set your own expectations. So there can always be a discount, and that's a really positive thing because it enables more people to gain value from the Maximus stake at a lower price, and it just helps like recirculate the funds in the economy, and so that I think can be a pretty good thing. Wow, let's take a look at this. Let's keep looking at our here. I want to share my screen again. Let's look at Etherscan. Trying to get this here. Let's try to wait. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's try to pull up this chart here. It's like all work. I'm trying to build some charts that I can embed into our website, showing our earnings. Okay, so I need to build the graph. Let's take a look at this chart. We've had so much traffic on our site that I'm experiencing slowdowns across some other apps in my hosting platform, which is pretty funny. So here, while that loads, let's take a look at Etherscan. Look at all these. Pledge HEX, pledge HEX, pledge HEX. Wow. See how much gas our contract is used. How do we see? Oh yeah, we have to go to the coin or maybe the contract. Yeah. Okay, so we've only spent, but $24,000 worth of gas across $20 million. So just over 0.1% of loss to gas. That's pretty good. Compared that to had we had 2,000 people just buying HEX, that gas is probably going to be like 4 or 5 times as great. So, that's like almost full 1%. So that's pretty awesome that we had that. What can we make of this? Wow, look at these just roll in. Wow, this is amazing. I'm so proud of this. Look at all these pledgers. Red Squirrel says, evening all, congratulations, gladiators. Yeah, congratulations to you too. Thank you so much, Red Squirrel, for being in the chat, answering questions, driving discussion. That's massively helpful. Cannot thank you enough for that. Yep. This is truly amazing. I'm so 152 million hex. Where does that put here? So let's go to the Kodiak GraphQL hex. So what we're gonna let's look here. Let's take a look to see how many. Let's see, stake starts examples. So let's just say 100. We're gonna order this by staked hearts, maybe. Descending, I don't know. Let's add where staked hearts are greater than staked hearts greater than, how much do we say we have? 152,525 greater than 152,525. 1, 2, 3. Now let's add the 8 zeros for the hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got, and then what do we want to produce from this? We want to look at the staker address. We want to look at the stake T shares. We want to look at the staked hearts. We also want to make sure they haven't ended. So end day is greater than, what's the day today? 870. End day, no. So end day, start day. What else might we want to look in analyzing this? Look at the stake end. Actually, no. Well, I think we have to do something like this. So let's make sure that okay, we're going to find ones where penalty. Let's see. So let's just hit that and let's see how many there are. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, can you guys see my screen? Yeah. Okay, so how many results did we get? Okay, there's kind of a lot, to be honest. Not too many. So here, let's see this. Okay, so we have our thing here. Okay, so now let's take a look at here. Do we have a graph? QL graph. Okay, so just create a new thing here. We're going to call this GraphQL. Okay. So I get larger stakes. What we have, so query equals that. And then let's import anvil.http. We're going to go r equals anvil http.request. Okay, so where we have data equal, let's just see if I can remember off the top of my head how to do this. Data equal, let's make that a blank thing. So data query, the request is going to be here. URL equals that. And then let's tag this as a callable. URL data equals data. JSON equals true. Now let's just say return R. See what we can do with that. So let's just go to the start one. So rather than build here, so we'll just create a new one here. This is just kind of my playground. And we're gonna do anvil.server.call, get larger stakes. So there, just call it equals. So that component label tags equals R. Let's just start with that. Let's see if that works, and then we'll just debug as we go. Invalid JSON in response. Okay, so here I have this in one of my other apps. So let's just go to here. I'm gonna pull it from a different app. 1 second. Okay, I need to do a post. That's what it is. Method equals post. It should work. Okay, so we got all that. Looks like we need to go into data, stake starts. That's going to be our list. So data, stake starts. Let's copy that. Let's just copy this whole thing. Okay. Just a little reference. We can put that there. Okay. So we want to okay, so what do we want to return from this? We want so stakes equals our data stake starts. So for stake and stakes, let's build our list of, so active stakes equals so active stakes is going to be empty. So what we want to make it, so here let's so if stake and what would a blanks here? Let's see. Let's just do some staked hearts, stake, and see what the stake end value is for these. Okay, actually, let's do this where it's only for active stakes today. So end stake. Stake end is greater than, what did we say today's day is? Stake end is greater than 873. Does that need to be? Oh, no. So end day GT. Okay. Actually, no, we're only going to look at the max length stakes. Let's see where we stack up against stake days. See where we stack up amidst all of the largest stakes ever. There's literally only a couple of them. Wow. Okay, so let's here. That's how we can just hone in on us here. So let's do where staked hearts, stake days. So let's see how many. So active stakes. We'll just assume they're all active, and we'll ignore the ones that didn't do that. So, so let's just return the stakes, and then pull this up here. So we have that list, and so so let's call that stakes. So for stake and stakes, let's do this. So for k comma v in stake.items, we are going to add a self what should we do here? What would be a good way to look at this? Let's do one of these rich text components. Okay, so restricted HTML. So I think it's B bold. So we're going to call that the name. Not going to do slots. So name there. And then that's going to be, so that's like the name. And then this is going to be, it's going to be val. So name. So we'll just do that. So rich text one. Okay, so we're going to just do a, so for stake and sake, we need to add a little card. So CP equals column panel. Background, border, one PX solid black. Okay, so we're going to do, so cp.add component, we're going to call it, so T for text label. So T equals rich text, or content equals content, or content equals this value that we can then format where name equals K and V and value equals V. Okay, so we're just gonna add that there, and then once it's all done, we're gonna do self add component T. All right, let's just see what happens there. Wow. Okay, I need to set the format, or what is that? No. Format equals restricted HTML. Okay, so there's only 5 stakes larger than us. That's incredible. Wow. Here, let's make the staked hearts a little bit easier to do. So if K equals, if, what is it? Staked hearts. So if staked hearts is that, we're going to set V equals V divided by 10, just to get it into normal view. And let's call that an int. Let's just round numbers. Other things should be format here. Staked hearts, staked T shares. Let's make, okay, that's actually okay. String and int. Okay, so we need that to be turned into an int. Or let's start with a float rather. Okay, so this is a how many million? Let's get some commas in there. So if it's staked hearts, V equals format. How do we do commas again? So pull it from other one. Okay, so this puts us, so if we, as is, we still have, 5 more days, 5 more full days to participate in the minting. So as is, of all the max length stakes in all history, that would put us in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would be in 6th place of all the largest stakes ever. And that would be pretty amazing. So that's a really cool thing. So maybe this is our next target. Maybe we should make our target 1 billion hex. All right, guys, we are 15% of the way to our new target of 1 billion hex. We want to be the largest max link stake ever entered. So looks like we found our new target. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see what everyone has to say. This is pretty cool. We'll share that on Twitter later. But yeah, I just wanted to see that. So as is, we're in 6th place for the largest max length stake in history. Let's see what we can get that to by the end of the minting. Burke Lover says, congratulations. Thank you, Burke Lover. Congratulations to you too. Let's F go, Oscar. Yep. Who does this? Thanks for coming. That's funny. What's up? What's up, Bullish OX? Whoop, whoop. Yep. So pumped for Maximus, what it's going to do. Me too, guys. Me too. Just got in. What is he writing up now? Okay, I was just looking at where we stacked up in terms of all of the max length stakers. I'm glad the people get to witness dip catchers development schools. That's literally, whenever I have a question, I'm like, all right, let's pull up Anvil. Let's see what we can figure out. What's up, bro? What's he cooking up? Yeah, okay. So I have this little app where I just like any piece of data that I want to look at is what I pull up. So here I was looking at where we stack up as against all the other massive max length stakers, and so far we at current minting capacity we would be at 6th place. Fire, that's right. Hexican. Yep. So where are we all meeting in 15 years for an end stake party? Great question. Maybe some places that I thought would be the White House, because probably at that time a Maximus holder may be in the White House. So the White House lawn, that's an option. Another option may be the Great Pyramid of Giza. We could just repossess that, and that can be maybe the Maxi headquarters. If not there, maybe we can go to the pyramids in Peru, the Incan pyramids. Maybe those will be ours as well. If not there, maybe the Eiffel Tower may be in possession of a Maximus team member. So that's another option. Buckingham Palace, probably also going to belong to Maximus as well. So another option there. Where else could we meet? I was going to say Golden Gate Bridge, but there's probably going to be an earthquake that casts California into the Pacific, and all that will be is Arizona Bay. So maybe we can't plan our 15-year end stake party in California because that may be in the ocean. So we'll stand by for that one. Where else? Maybe the Taj Mahal. We do have some, strong foothold that could result in us also being in possession of the Taj Mahal. So looks like Maximus has a lot of options on where to host our end stake party. Bob, t.me/Maximus DAO. Congratulations and thank you to Diffcatcher and Gold Key. 200 million, here we come. Yeah, that's right. Let's get there. Let's see where we're at now since we started streaming. Okay, still inching up a little bit. Nothing drastic. Red Squirrel, for real. That's right. Goki says, I think he's looking at all stakes compared to the size of Max. I don't know, actually, for sure. Yep. What's up, Bob? Thanks, man. I definitely might see 200 million in 5 days. Yeah, especially because now it's like the least risky time to join because even though we're not increasing the bonus anymore, each additional hex is still getting that extra bonus for bigger pays better. So now it's like each hex coming in instantly is going to be earning at an additional 10% per hex stake. So that's pretty awesome. Wind Mechanics says, I suspect we'll go over 200 million hex pledge minted before the stake kicks in. FOMO, yeah, especially, because a lot of people, are waiting till the end. One, just to see what everyone else does, and two, just like to reduce time spent, in a contract. So we could absolutely see that. Epic, just epic. Yep. Golkey says, whoa. That was probably when I was pulling up the list of all the other stakers. Stretch goals, yeah. Blue again with the fire emojis. Steak nut steak. I don't know what that means, but I support it. Incredible work, guys. Thank you, Garo Crypto. Incredible work to you as well. What is the end date for minting Maxi? The end date is day 879. This is currently day 873. The day ticks over in about an hour and a half. So wherever you are in the world, the last day to mint is while it is still day 879. Once it turns to day 8 Eddie, you will not be able to mint anymore. Fly on the wall for IRT tool building. That's pretty awesome for the Geek Squad. That's funny. Oh, in real time. Yeah. Nothing better than just raging code in real time. Maybe I should do that more often. Maybe every time I'm working on anything, I should just be live streaming, just in case anyone's interested. Maxi Island. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Honestly, what we're going to do is we're probably at that time, we're going to also be in possession of Nova Scotia. And so we maybe will be able to finance the efforts to be able to dig out that treasure that's apparently underneath Oak Island in Nova Scotia. So if you don't watch that show on History Channel, it's so funny. I don't watch any television, but the only thing that I watch religiously is The Curse of Oak Island. And so maybe we'll be able to excavate that one day with, in 15 years with our Maxi. And date 5555. Well, 5555 plus 880. So whatever that is. I think the animated logo I made for you guys put at least 100 hex in the pool. Yep. Thank you for that. That was great. Five Club. Yep. So the Hexen says good song. What song is he talking about? 1 maxi equals 1.1 hex. Yeah, I mean, could be right off the bat. You never know. Mixed mix, aka J.A. Soul says, wow, you read every comment. We love you too. Yeah, I love it when there's people in the chat. It makes me feel good. And so yeah, I definitely want to recognize everybody in here. Leah asks, can't I mint max by my already hex staked? No, so you need your hex to be liquid. So if you miss the minting phase, just don't worry about it, because you can always buy it later. You never know what the price is going to be. So you can't guarantee you're going to get that 1-to-1 rate, but who knows, maybe at the time that your hex becomes unstaked, maybe right around that time, there's some big maxi holders that just like need to lock in some gains. So they're going to be active sellers. Maybe that gives you a good discount that you can buy into. And so, that's kind of what you want to be looking out for, but this is a 15-year thing. This won't be the last time to be able to acquire your maxi. So, yeah, you definitely should. Hex is the way. You heard that. I don't know what that is. But Tool and my Arizona Bay lyric. I thought you were quoting. No, what I was actually quoting is a comedian named Bill Hicks, who had I think he died like right around the time I was born, but he had a whole stand-up special called Arizona Bay, and the premise was that Los Angeles was going to be cast into the ocean due to a great earthquake, and all that will be is Arizona Bay. Maxi will launch on PulseX with me. Now, yep, Maxi will be there for the launch. So I guess that's something that we haven't talked about yet. And I mean, again, no expectations. And I'm by nowhere near the largest Maxi holder. And so there are probably going to be people who are more incentivized than myself. And so as far as getting PulseX incentivized pair, maybe that's like someone earlier asked, like, what are we going to do to keep the community engaged? That's probably the first step. Once Pulse Chain launches, campaigning to get Maxi Hex on Pulse Chain as an incentivized pair. That would be big time. Like, truly, that would be amazing. Heinz says, what's up, man? Great work, brother. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I don't know if that's what he's asking. I don't know if the bigger pays better math worked out like that. Every 1 hex in 1.1 effective hex. Yeah. So the way that it works is that like the bonuses for bigger pays better and longer pays better, the way that they are tallied is that it's like you go to the store and you buy something. And based on whatever you're buying and how much you're buying of it, it's like the store is giving you a coupon where you get, you got buy one, get this many free. And so and it's tallied through something on the here. I'm just going to share my screen and talk this through. So here, let's go to hex.com. Stake. Let's share my screen. Okay, so 150, 123, 123. So you see that like how that bigger pays better. Like, so that's how the stake bonus works. Is it like you're not getting 10% more yield or 10% like more hex? What you're getting is when you go to buy the T shares, you get an additional 15 million hex worth of T shares, from here. So in effect, what that is it's like a discount, because you just have that much more hex for free, where like these hex don't exist, but they're credited to your purchase of the T shares. So, say we do, if you're only doing 1.5, you virtually get no bigger pays better bonus. Your effective hex is what you put here. But if you do, 150 million, you get this 15 million extra. So it's as if you were even though you're only staking 150 million, it's as if you're buying T shares at the 21,418 hex per T share rate, but you're buying it with 165 million hex. So that's what the bigger pays better bonus is. So it really, like, all things considered, like the main driver in this. So if you look at the number of T shares that we got, so say we did a 1 day stake at that rate, we only get 7,700 T shares if we were to do a 1 day stake, even with the bigger pays better bonus. So say we didn't do a bigger pays better bonus, say we didn't hit it, say we got 10% of the way there, so we'd only get, 1% extra hex, that 150,000. And so, but even so, just considering that we have the 150 million hex stake, and like, even if we got more, we wouldn't be increasing that. So what you see is you still get the bonus applied to each additional one, but it still is 10% of that. So like the bonus doesn't increase, but the number of hex that you get for that bonus, or the number of hex you get that receives that extra effective hex, that's always increasing. So, but here, like the main driver again is the bigger pays better bonus, or the longer pays better bonus. So you see that the 1 day at this stake size, we would get 7,000 T shares, but by doing the max length stake, we're getting 21,000 T shares, about 3 times as much. So, bigger pays better. Like, it was more of like a benchmark of like success. Like, it's like kind of a Schelling point. While the bigger pays better bonus is meaningful, the main driver here is the max length, bonus, because not only are we maxing out the longer pays better, which is like an additional 200% versus the only 10% that the bigger pay better bonus is, but we get to apply that larger T shares per hex, earned over the maximum period, because we could have also got that same number of T shares with only a 10-year stake, but the difference is that by doing for the 15 years, we still get the same number of T shares, but we get that applied to an additional 50% of that stake term. So the earnings on that is the difference there is pretty substantial. So that's what this like 1.1 effective hex means, is that we get more hex to buy T shares with for free. Leah says, thank you. Bill says, Bill Hicks is funny. Yeah, I can listen to any of that. And it's all very relevant. Like everything, it's like he predicted big bad flu. He predicted all the chaos that you see. Like, truly, he was a visionary. Then they must be coding it. Love Bill Hicks, yeah. Who's not done by Maxi? I've been a lot of people hitting that bonus. That's a big deal. Now it's really on everyone's radar. I'm with you. GTSY, by the way. I don't know what that means. See the call. Oh my God, that's where we're having the party. Yeah, we're also going to be in possession of the Coliseum. So that is where we shall be. It's like bringing in another 15 million hex for free. What I'm hearing is, yeah, it's like we're bringing in another 15 million hex without having to stake it, because we're getting those like bonus hex for free. It's like we got credit at the, it's like, or I don't know, in some ways you can think of it like we got credit from the T-share shop. In other words, it's kind of like we just got a discount. Longer Pays Better gave us like a 66% discount. And then and then that one gives us an additional discount as well. Pulling out RPI for more Maxi. I don't know what RPI is, so, but probably a smart choice. We've been seeing a lot of that. A lot of people swapping other coins for Hex and then minting Maxi. So that's like a strong signal there. So I'm at the bottom of the chat. I think that's all for me today. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Thank you for all the support. Everyone challenging, asking challenging questions in the chat. That's massively helpful. Thank you for everyone who's in the chats while we were going through the testing and coming up with new ideas and like finalizing the contract, getting it to where it is today. Thank you for everyone who's making memes. Our bro Naimcon in the chat. Truly some of the most hilarious photos and videos ever about any coin, all highly relevant. Go check his stuff out. Thank you so much for everyone else who's making awesome content on YouTube. I've seen so many videos in so many languages. That's incredible. Thank you all so much for that. Thank you to everyone who's been following us on Twitter. We hit something like 4,000 Twitter followers, almost 3,000 Telegram members. Thank you so much to everybody who's just along for the ride. Thank you for the minters. Thank you for the people who aren't minting, but maybe are going to buy in the future. Thank you for just everybody. Like truly, I'm just so grateful. I'm just, overwhelmed with appreciation for all of you who've been supporting this and just kind of, sticking along for the show. This is a hell of a ride, and I'm so thankful to have you all here with me. Yeah. So here before I sign, let's just see if anyone else had any more questions. Hey, seriously, in here, Bullish has an awesome set of video for Raspberry Pi. No need to be an IT expert. And a cheap way to get a secure crypto computer.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
So I've used plenty of Raspberry Pis. That's where I learned how to code, was on a Raspberry Pi. For the first product that Goldkey and I built in 2015, I learned on a Raspberry Pi. I've never used it for. The only crypto thing that I've used a Raspberry Pi for, I used to mine a coin called HNS. It's called Handshake. It's like a decentralized internet domain routing thing. It's different than ENS, a little bit different. It's called HNS. You can buy top level domains. So like I own the .hex top level domain. So I could sell websites on the HNS namespace that so we could go like Maximus.hex. That could be a website that we could sell. So it's a coin that I used to be really into, kind of before Hex existed. But I used to mine HNS at home, and I would power my 2 miners for that on a Raspberry Pi. So that's all I've used it for. That it is a good, secure, cheap computer. It all just comes down to you're probably more likely to lose your own recovery phrase than you are from someone compromising your device and then hacking you, unless you're like a known target and you're using your devices irresponsibly. But still, like that is an awesome way to just have have that extra assurance that there's no malware or spyware installed in your device because you personally stood up the operating system. So Raspberry Pis are an awesome way to do that. I would highly recommend it. I literally have like 5 Raspberry Pis in my house. I love them. Anytime they come out with a new one, I buy it. Even sometimes I buy them, I don't even use them because I'm doing all kinds of other stuff. But I just love the Raspberry Pi. Awesome Pi bid. Max was a great idea. Congratulations on 150 million. Yeah, thank you so much. Giving, not selling. Yep. More coming soon. Provide some liquidity, ladies and gents. Yep, that's an opportunity for people to provide liquidity, and you're earning trading fees. And since Maxi has that kind of center of gravity at that redemption value, perhaps it could be a strong coin to be a liquidity provider for. Yep, rocket ships all the way. Yep. What? Hex? All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much again. Share the links, follow us, t.me. Oh my God, I forgot the banners. Damn it. Maximus.cash, t.me, Maximus DAO, twitter.com, Maximus_DAO. Follow along. And yeah, we'll just keep it moving. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.